Hey Aries, heartbreak, huh? Three of Swords, heartbreak, pain, despair. Are you coming off of a heartbreak? Now, I'm not talking reconciliation because this isn't a reconciliation read. I mean, it could, for some of you, potentially you're finally over somebody and you're thinking about dating, but this heartbreak is very interesting. I feel like a lot of you are not dating or haven't dated because of heartbreak, because maybe you've been like, screw this, been there, done that, not going through this again. So, for whatever reason, this is coming up as your theme of the month. You know what? I'm going to clarify that really quick because whoa, that card just popped right out when I picked them up. So we'll take that. The Page of Pentacles, yeah. So that tells me you're being pragmatic, very responsible. You still aspire for things. You still have blessings. You still recognize good things in your life. But for whatever reason, it just feels like love is not one that is necessarily on your mind, not one that you necessarily are making a priority. And I feel like, honestly, because it's curtailing off of maybe some bad relationships or even some shitty dating experiences. So for whatever reason, Aries, I feel like you're coming into this month kind of like, I don't know. But at the same time, underneath that feeling, I almost feel like you want love again. I don't know why. Because even when I see that Three of Swords, I feel this like, oh, Aries, come on now. Like, we can do that. I don't know why. It's like you're pep talking to yourself. The next card you have is your current position coming in the month. See, this makes sense. You have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a situation that didn't work, a situation that disappeared. Again, not a reconciliation read by any means, but this is kind of curtailed on your love life or kind of followed you along. The Four of Cups is wasting time, taking for granted. So I feel like some of you view dating or finding love or relationships as, it's a waste of time because it ends badly, or I've had bad experiences, or even if you've been dating, you're just kind of like heartbroken over the whole dating scene because you're like, again, like I keep meeting people thinking something's going to come of it at some point and then it doesn't. The next card you have is how you're feeling coming into the month. And this is the Ace of Pentacles. You want a new beginning. This is opportunity. This is new beginnings. The Ace of Pentacles is prosperity. It's everything rolled into one for a new beginning. So I feel like you want a new beginning in a few aspects of your life, but mainly some sort of partnership or some sort of communication, because I feel like you've got your ducks in a row in like finances and work, or you're working on it, right? It's like a work in progress. But the Ace of Pentacles is like, okay, now I think I'm ready for a new opportunity in meeting somebody. But I feel like you don't feel like the opportunities have been there just because of the current position. So you're kind of like, I want them. Where are they? I want them. Where'd they go? All right. The next card you have is your distant past over the past 5-10 years. Could be throughout childhood. Now you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is energetic, daring, somebody who kind of charges forth. And so I feel like you're missing that energy. You're either missing that energy from somebody else toward you, or you're missing feeling that way towards somebody. Like at one point you had that, that inspiration, if you will, so to speak, inside of you, where you were like, oh, I'm going to buy him or her a gift, or I can't wait to see him or her, or wake up every day going, hell yeah, love, hell yeah. And now you're kind of like, what the fuck happened to that energy? And so I feel like the universe is pulling this card in saying, embrace that, get back into that. Even if you just get up every day and say, yeah, I'm alive, I woke up alive, that's a blessing. Like whatever it is for you, I feel like you just kind of need to, like you need a jolt, so to speak. Like you need to kind of jolt awake or something. Know that like there is opportunity, there is connections to be made. But for whatever reason, it just has been kind of lull. But I feel like it's been lull because you just kind of have been like, I don't really care. The next card you have is your immediate past. So the past 2 weeks, past month or so. You have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is somebody who's seeking or looking for the truth or learning about people or learning about things. So I feel like maybe you've, dibble-dabbled with looking at online or thinking about finding a meetup group, or kind of figuring out like how to get started or how do I want to go forth. If you are dating, maybe you're figuring out a different avenue, or maybe you're just genuinely trying to figure out people. Like I feel like some of you are like, well, I don't get it nowadays. Like, I don't get it. Like this man or woman says, oh yeah, I'd love to, let's go on a date. And then, oh, let's go on a second date. But they're like online all the time on like 3 different websites. And you're kind of like, what's going on? So I feel like you're just kind of feeling everything out. You're just kind of trying to get a balance. With this Page of Swords, you're just kind of like, you know, what's the best way to go about this to where I won't get hurt? I won't feel like, you know, I'm wasting my time or being taken for granted. But at the same time, you know, I'm ready to seek somebody out. I'm ready to have somebody find me or me them. So I feel like you're a little conflicted, Aries. The next card you have is your distant future. So over the next few months, and you have the Fool. I love the Fool for you because this is uncharted territory. This is the beginning of the major arcana. So it's a new cycle. It's a new beginning. The Fool is about, you know, taking that leap of faith and kind of like full of folly, footloose, fancy free, ready to go. So I think Aries, you're kind of coming out of like a sludge. I don't know why, but I just picture this like molasses. Like you're just kind of trying to walk through molasses and you're just not like, it's not getting you anywhere. You're not moving anywhere. It's like, but I feel like that's going to speed up. And for some reason, I feel like it's going to speed up quick. Like you're going to have this jolt. I was talking about it, this rush of energy where you're like, screw this. I want to meet somebody. Hey, you know, I want some like, I wouldn't mind having some nookie, you know? All right. The next card you have is your immediate future. So over the next few weeks, and you have Temperance. So that is Sagittarius' card. You could be dealing with a Sag, or you could have Sag placements in your chart. Temperance is patience, balance, moderation. So I feel like Aries, before you were overly patient because you were like, I don't really care to meet anybody. And now I feel like you're not rushing in to run and meet somebody, but at the same time, you kind of feel this eagerness to like get off your tail and move. Like you're like, okay, I'm ready. But you're kind of like, I'm going to do it slow and steady and in moderation. Like maybe before you were dating and it was kind of consuming a lot of your time. It was taking up a lot of your headspace, and now you're kind of like, all right, well, if I want to date, you know, I'll date. And if I want to take a break for a week or two, I'll take a break. It's just kind of keeping yourself on an even keel so that you don't end up in similar situations that you have in the past. The next card you have is anything tangible that's going to happen throughout the month. Could be the beginning, middle, end. Could last for a day, an hour. You've got the King of Cups. The King of Cups is somebody who's very calm, very cool, that cool as a cucumber, a good listener. It's somebody who can have a little manipulative energy, but I think that's maybe to try and coax you out of your, like, coax you into maybe going on a date or something. I feel like this is somebody you're going to meet who's very, they're paying attention to what you say and they're understanding, but at the same time, they may manipulate you. But for whatever reason, I think it's like a cute manipulation. I feel like it comes across as kind of like a, you know, oh, do you like, you know, this, do you like this type of movie? And you're like, yeah, sure. I like, oh, great. Well, you know, they have a show this, you know, like somebody who's going to kind of like learn about you, figure out things about you, and then in turn, use it in their favor kind of to get you to pay attention to them or go on a date with them. Because I feel like you're just not feeling it and they're going to have to kind of like coax you into this. Now, the next card you have is how you're feeling throughout the month. And you have Justice card, which is Libra's card. You could be dealing with a Libra, or you could have Libra in your placement, in your chart. Justice is a marriage card. Ha, ha, ha. I think that you want this more than you're going to let on, Aries. I think you just want it in general more than you're letting on. But the Justice card is also about cause and effect, right? So it's about absolutes. It's about, you know, whatever effort you put into this is what you're going to get back. If you don't give a crap right now and you're not interested, then you're probably not going to meet anybody who's very interested in dating, right? Not that they're not interested in you. It's that they can tell by your demeanor or by how you're feeling that you're not interested. But if you switch it around and you're like, hey, cool, yeah, you know, I'd like to get out and date a little bit, feel the waters out, see how it goes, then you're going to have more of that opportunity, more of that, you know, kind of spirit around you to make that happen or to come into play. The next card you have are your hopes and fears for the outcome of the month, and you have the Death card. Death card is Scorpio's card, so you have a lot of people showing up. You could be meeting Scorpio or have Scorpio in your chart. The biggest thing here with Scorpio is, or Scorpio, with the Death card is this is changes. It's rebirth. It's transformation. So I feel like your hope here is that your whole love life will transform. Like, honestly, point blank, I feel like you're kind of like, you know, it'd be really freaking nice to meet somebody decent. It would be really nice to meet somebody organic. And it would be really nice not to feel like I have to work so hard to find it. Like, hey, universe, could you drop it in my lap? Possibly, if that's something, you know, could we have a stork bring it to me? What can we do to progress this on? Because I feel like you're having a hard time finding the energy to put into it and the enthusiasm to put into it. And yet it's something I really truly think, Aries, you really want, even though you're going to be like dark. Some of you are going to be like, because I just get this, like moaning in my head. But I feel like you're not necessarily being true to yourself. And I'm not trying to be bitchy in saying that. It's just like, I think it's more you're letting certain situations affect you, and understandably so. Like, that's reasonable. But at the same time, if you're wanting that personal connection again, then get it. The next card you have is your outcome. Yeah, okay. See, no, I don't buy it. Because the Two of Cups, Twin Flame card, Karmic Connection card, Soulmate card. You don't have to correct me in the comments. I promise you can call it whatever you want. I try and cover all of them, but people always tell me what it is. And to me, it embodies all of it. The Two of Cups is the Twin Flame card. It is, you know, an amazing card. It is an attraction on a whole different level, a connection on a whole different level. And that's your outcome. I think if you just let up a little bit, Aries, and you just kind of do the fool, right? Take it head on and take a leap of faith. I think that big things are coming for you. For whatever reason, Aries, though, it's like the piece de la resistance. Like you're completely trying to resist it however you can. And this makes sense. Did you have a third-party situation a long time ago? You got some trust issues going on? You got some reasons that you're kind of like, I don't know about that. Yep, this makes sense. Because the Three of Pentacles often represents a third-party situation. But I think that if you can feel secure with this person, I think it's going to be this person who comes in. Could be dealing with water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But I think the Three of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles is teamwork. It's doing things together. It's accomplishing things with a partner, okay? But it also represents a third party. And this isn't a new third party. This is an old third party that brings trust issues and a lot of different things into play. So Aries, if you can get past that, I think you'll be very successful this month and the next month or so, and coming out of it. Because here you have the Five of Swords that's clarifying your Fool card. The Five of Swords is what's keeping you from completely taking a leap of faith, completely believing in people, or completely wanting to give the benefit of the doubt. The Five of Swords is a fear of victory. This is a dishonor. This is a defeat. This is how you feel, or some of you feel, because of past circumstances, and it's hard to get past those. You don't want this person back, and it may be a couple of different situations that had different outcomes, but it's more about, can I muster up the strength to go through this, knowing that that could be a possible outcome again? Because let's face it, sometimes love is hard and can be shitty. Then you have the Seven of Swords also crowning it. The Seven of Swords is defense. So you're on the defense, Aries, which tells me maybe you need to drop that wall. Take a leap. Take a chance, Aries, because if this is my outcome and I can take a leap to get that outcome, I definitely would. I just feel like you're going to have to move past some of the things you've dealt with before in order to move forward. I really do. And Aries, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because we've all been through shit and gone, you know, like, okay, I've had my fair share. I'm done. I can't handle anymore. I'm good. There you go. And I get it. I have been there. Trust me. But at the same time, then there comes a point where it's like, if you're wanting new opportunities, if you're wanting, you know, this type of scenario, you got to let up a little bit, you know, you got to let live and let go and let live. So, all right, Aries.